This naturalrefrigerants.com article is being read by an automated voice. UK government asks for input on revised HFC phase-down regulation by J.O. Haraldson. Published November 14, 2025. The UK's Department for Environment, Food and Rural Affairs, DEFRA, is seeking input from industry stakeholders on newly published proposal to revise the country's HFC phase-down regulations. The proposed change adjusts the existing HFC phase-down schedule starting on January 1, 2027. It extends the end target, moving it from 79% reduction by 2030 to a 98.6% reduction by 2048. The consultation period opened on November 5th and will close on December 17th. The UK and its devolved governments are committed to bringing greenhouse gas emissions to net zero, DEFRA said. HFCs play a role in meeting this objective, and further action on HFCs is needed to support this goal. As part of the consultation period, DEFRA seeks to understand the challenges hindering the wider adoption of low GWP refrigerants, including technological limitations and safety concerns. Jacob Anderson, head of domestic F-gas and ODS at the department, told Natural Refrigerants. In April, DEFRA held an initial briefing, hosted by the UK's Register of Companies Competent to Manage Refrigerants, REFCOM, to announce its intent to update the HFC regulations. Legislative gaps. With the proposed changes, the DEFRA addresses gaps in the UK's HFC phase-out commitments. The country's current F-gas regulation predates the 2016 adoption of the Kigali Amendment to the Montreal Protocol by 2 years, within 79% end target reduction by 2030 compared to its average recorded levels from 2009 to 2012. The international commitment, ratified by the UK, mandates an 85% reduction by 2036. The EU F-gas policy revision in 2024 results in another legislative issue, which sets a complete HFC consumption phase-out by 2050. Since Brexit in 2020, the UK's current F-gas regulations align closely with the EU's 2014 statute. This creates regulatory divergence with potential import implications for Northern Ireland, NI, which continues to apply EU F-gas regulations as part of its dual market access under the NY Protocol, according to DEFRA. The HFC phase-out proposal ensures we continue to deliver on both our domestic and international climate commitments, said Emma Hardy, the UK's Parliamentary Under-Secretary of State, Minister for Water and Flooding, at DEFRA. It will result in a near-total elimination of harmful greenhouse gases coming onto the market and support clean heating technologies, including heat pumps, she added. Seeking input. In its proposed high-ambition phase-down timeline, DEFRA sets an 83.8% HFC reduction starting January 1, 2027, from the initial baseline compared to the existing regulation's 76% reduction. Every 3 years, the proposal decreases HFC availability by approximately 35% until it hits the 98.6% reduction end target in 2048. Along with its proposed HFC phase-down, DEFRA outlines 3 other potential schedules for industry stakeholders to review, including a medium ambition timeline, a matching EU timeline, and a most challenging option. Each sets a slightly different yearly target, but the 2048 end targets all come within an HFC reduction of 97.6% or better. DEFRA generated the schedules based on a 2022 assessment that analyzed the effectiveness and financial impact of the country's current F-gas regulation, climate ambitions, international compliance, and sector-specific analysis. In 2022, the vast majority, 74%, of the UK's F-gas emissions, totaling 7.6 million metric tons of CO2e, came from refrigeration and air conditioning system leaks. With the proposed changes, DEFRA prioritizes supporting net zero commitments, delivering on international obligations, and implementing a flexible enough system to support sufficient gas for beneficial purposes, including the heat pump rollout. It seeks industry input on the proposed phase-down schedule, the alternative options, the technical assumptions and data, and the economic impact on businesses. Already moving. Rather than waiting for the regulations to address legislative gaps, many of the UK's leading supermarket chains are skipping HFO alternatives and opting for natural refrigerants, according to the Atmosphere report, Natural Refrigerants, State of the Industry 2024. Atmosphere is the publisher of naturalrefrigerants.com. As of October 2022, Tesco, the UK's largest supermarket brand in terms of annual turnover, operates 1,000 stores, one-third of its locations, with transcritical CO2 refrigeration. The chain plans to be HFC-free, including in its Ireland, Czech Republic, Hungary, and Slovakia stores by 2035. In its 2024 sustainability report, Sainsbury's, the country's second-largest supermarket brand, said that it's replacing HFC refrigeration systems with those using natural refrigerant gas. The UK's fourth-largest supermarket operator, Morrisons, said in 2021 that it is switching to CO2 refrigeration. As part of its drive to completely transition to natural refrigerants by 2029, ALDI UK, the country's fifth-largest supermarket chain, retrofitted 33 stores in 2024 with natural refrigerants. Recent large-scale thermal projects in the country use ammonia, CO2, and hydrocarbon-based units. The Queen's Medical Centre, QMC in Nottingham, installed 4 GEA ammonia heat pump chiller units, providing 8 megawatts of heating capacity and 8.7 megawatts of cooling, to replace its gas-fired combined heat and power plant and F-gas-based chillers. To decarbonize its district heating network, London's Clapham Park installed 2 Fauna G air-sourced CO2 heat pumps, a 1.2 megawatt unit and a 1.8 megawatt unit. The West Midlands town of Solihull supplies 1.6 megawatts of district heating and hot water to local public buildings using 5 air-to-water propane units and 1 water-to-water isobutane unit, all manufactured by Refra. Many air conditioning and heat pump manufacturers already offer units that use alternative gases, said DEFRA. The phase-down proposal will provide the industry time and support to transition more completely to those alternatives.